What's up guys, and welcome back to Sinister Bunny Studios. Now in today's video we have another great budget-friendly microphone from the folks over at FiFine Technology. Now as some of you may remember, the folks over at FiFine Technology sent me one of their microphones a while back, the K6 dynamic vocal microphone, for me to review and test and just kind of mess around with. If you didn't see that video, I'll put a card up right here for you guys to go check that out if you have not watched it already. But they contacted me yet again to send me another one of their great budget products for me to showcase to you guys here today. Now, just like the video I did with their other microphone, at the end of this video, or at somewhere near the end of this video, there will be a short little written piece that I recorded using this microphone so you guys can hear this utilized in a recording setting with guitars and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that near the end of the video. This time we have FiFine's K025 wireless microphone. So let's move on over to the unboxing. Once you get your package, you'll be able to tell that the packaging for this is actually pretty nice, better than what it was with the K6. And on top, you're going to get your social media stuff from FiFine and your user manual to show you how to use the stuff and what comes in it and all that fun stuff. But moving on to that, you got some protection stuff, and you've got the microphone itself, which is mostly plastic with a little rubber end to it, but overall it feels like it has a decent build quality, just like the K6. Once you remove some more of the packaging and this cardboard, you'll see you have this little clip thing here to put on the microphone for better grip and all that, and you'll have the wireless transmitter that you will plug into something to transmit the sound coming from the microphone. So you get three main things in this package, and that's pretty much all you need. Okay, so to start off, I do want to talk about just the microphone itself. The first thing you may notice is that it does have an LED screen. It does light up blue when you turn it on. It's got some different indicators on there to tell you the channel that it's on and battery life and all that different kind of stuff. It is a little bit weird because it seems like it's seated back inside of the microphone, so it's a little bit of a surprising thing when you first look at it, but eventually you get used to it. And another thing I noticed is that the lights are actually not that bright. So if you're in an area with a lot of lights, like I am with my studio lights, it can get hard to read at times. But when you do have it in a darker environment, it does show through very well because of that blue, and you'll be able to read it just fine. Just below the screen, you'll have your simple slide on and off button to turn the microphone on and off, and that's just as simple as it gets. On the bottom of the microphone, you have a battery compartment where you have to unscrew the bottom of the microphone, and that will show you an area where you can put two AA batteries. Me, I would suggest getting rechargeable batteries like I use for most of my devices, and those will give you the best bang for your buck. It takes two AA batteries, and once you get those in, you are set to go. When you do unscrew the body as well, you do have a channel switcher button, which changes the frequency for you if you have multiple microphones and multiple transmitters. That way you don't have a bunch of microphones on one thing. They can all be paired with their own individual thing on separate channels. That way you can have multiple going at once, and you'll be good to go. Overall, the main body of it is, like I said, plastic, so it's got kind of a cheaper feel compared to the K6, which felt a little more solid. But the grill on the microphone is just like the K6. It seems decent. I feel like it could get banged up just a little bit. Not anything crazy because it probably will break, but the rest of the body is plastic, like I said, so that is kind of a downfall. Okay, so now we can move on to the wireless receiver itself, which you'll pair with your microphone in order to have this work. It has a signal indicator when you do turn it on, and it'll be green when it's pairing with the microphone, and it'll turn red when it pairs successfully, so you'll definitely know when everything's connected and good to go. The receiver also has an antenna that you can pull it out to extend the range of the signal transmission and get a better connection with the transmitter, which is the microphone, which can come in handy depending on the distance that you need to take this microphone, how far away you're going to be from everything. It just helps to boost that signal and give you a better chance of not having connection issues. Alright you guys, so I just wanted to test the distance that this microphone can go. So I'm going to walk around my apartment that has really thick walls, and let's walk to the other side and see how far this can actually go. Now, I don't have headphones or anything to monitor this, so I have no freaking clue how far this is going to go or how anything's sounding right now, or whether you guys can still hear me or not yet. It may have cut out at this point, and if it has, I apologize that you don't hear anything and you're just looking at me talking and having no sound whatsoever. But hopefully it's still recording. I have no clue if it is, but let's turn around and head back. Let's get back into the room. If it did connect, hopefully it'll reconnect, and hopefully it didn't disconnect at all, and you guys can still hear everything. So that was a little bit of a distance test. Probably went about 20-30 feet to the other side of my apartment, and well, we'll see the results. The receiver itself does have a 1/4-inch jack plug, which is what you'll use it mostly for. I plug it right into my mixer with that 1/4-inch jack. No adapters needed, and it's plug and play. You plug it in, turn it on, connect it to your microphone, and you're good to go. The receiver itself does take batteries too, but this is one of the main pitfalls I find with this product. As I showed you earlier, the microphone uses AA batteries, but as you can see, the receiver takes AAA batteries, which is kind of an inconvenience to have to use two different kinds of batteries. I get that the receiver may want to have a small form factor, and thus you'll have to use the smaller AAA batteries. But for me to have to go out and buy two separate things of batteries is just kind of a hassle. The build quality of the receiver is also somewhat cheap, but this is a budget microphone system. It is mostly plastic. The switch is plastic, the light's plastic, the whole body's plastic. The only thing that's metal is the actual antenna, which is good because it needs to be metal to be able to do its job. But the build quality is similar to the microphone, where it is mostly plastic. But again, this is a budget microphone setup, so you can't exactly complain too much. If you noticed in the unboxing of the product, you also get this little ring here. I'm not exactly sure what it's for. I don't see anything in the user manual for what it is for, and maybe I can look it up, but I don't see anything. I'm thinking you slide it on the microphone, and it's a situation where it makes it easier to hold on to in a live situation, so you don't drop it. So maybe it's supposed to be like this, kind of on top of your hand, because it does make it seem like it's more secure when I'm holding it like this with that on there, and maybe it makes it easier to hold on to, and so you don't drop it, because you can do this, and the microphone's not going to fall. Now, if I didn't have that on there and I tried to dangle it like that, the microphone's just going to drop to the ground and probably break into a handful of pieces. Beyond that, if that's not what this is for, I have no idea what it's for. If you guys know or have some kind of idea and I'm just being stupid, do let me know down in the comments, because I am actually pretty curious about if this is what it is actually for. In terms of recording with this microphone, I did the same thing I did with the K6. I put it in a mic stand and put it up to my cabinet and recorded my guitar straight out of my cabinet. The only issue I had was that the microphone is kind of thick, so it didn't fit the clamps that I have for microphones. So basically what I did is this. I unscrewed the battery compartment thing and was able to kind of fit it and jerry rig it to sit in there. And you could probably add some duct tape or something like that on top of it to secure it a little more. But I wasn't going to be using this in any way extensively to be recording. So the way I had it was a quick solution, and it worked just fine. In terms of actual live recording, there was no noticeable lag, or it didn't add any extra lag to anything in terms of monitoring or anything. It seemed just like a wired microphone. I was able to pretty much do my job, get everything recorded, and not have any kind of lag issues. And honestly, I was kind of pleasantly surprised with the sound that comes from this microphone. I didn't expect it. I thought it was going to sound kind of crappy because it is wireless, but like I said, I was pleasantly surprised at the tone and sound that I was able to get from recording the guitars with this microphone. And you'll be able to hear a little piece of that here in just a second. But lastly, I want to talk about the setup with this microphone. The setup was really easy. I just took the receiver and the microphone. I extended the antenna on the receiver, plugged the receiver into my mixer, turned it on, turned on the microphone, let them connect almost instantly, and you're completely ready to go. Other than having to put it in a mic stand or doing anything else that you want to do additionally to it. But it's simple. Plug in the receiver, turn it on, turn the microphone on, let them connect, and you are good to go. So that is definitely a huge plus for how simple it is to get this whole system set up and ready to go. Okay, just like I promised, here's a little clip of something that I was able to record using this microphone, and hopefully you'll be as pleasantly surprised as I was at getting the tone and sound that I did. But I'm going to stop blabbering and let you guys listen. Okay guys, so overall I think this is a pretty decent microphone. It's not any high-end type of thing. Like I said, it's a budget microphone. It's definitely more built for a live setting so that you don't have to worry about cables, getting tangled up and tripping people or getting unplugged or anything. And that's most likely what I would use this microphone for. But like I said, I was pleasantly surprised about the sound I could get from recording with this microphone, which was very easy. I would definitely recommend you guys purchase this microphone if you need to give any kind of speeches, if you want to do live performances in terms of music or poetry, anything like that, or you just want to go outside and annoy your neighbors somehow. This microphone is definitely great for that. It gives you some range, you don't have to worry about cables, and it has a decent sound to it as well. So definitely go pick one up for yourselves if this is the kind of thing that interests you. Now, would I normally use this microphone for recording things? Probably not. It's not meant for recording, like I said, but it definitely can get the job done if this is all that you can get or the only thing that you have. It can definitely get the job done. It's just not what I would prefer to use. The microphone does have a few drawbacks. The LCD is not very bright. Everything's very plasticky. You got to have two different kinds of batteries. But beyond all of that, it's a very, very decent budget microphone. It's very decent for the price, and I can't really argue that it has any more problems than that. Okay, so lastly, I do want to thank the folks over at FiFine Technology for sending me their microphone. It's definitely an interesting product. It's a great budget microphone, and I really appreciate you guys sending this to me to test and review for my great community. And as always, I want to thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.